The legend is back, and this time it isn't just a car, it's a resurrection of American luxury, a rebirth of a name that once defined status, presence, and unmatched road command. The 2026 Cadillac Eldorado is not an official release, but this futuristic comeback concept has already become the most talked about revival in modern American automotive imagination. For decades, the Eldorado symbolized the height of Cadillac's prestige. It was the flagship coupe that turned heads from the 1950s tailfin era to the bold personal, luxury machines of the 1970s and the modernized editions of the early 90s. The Eldorado was born as Cadillac's expression of wealth on wheels. Long, wide, confident, unapologetically American. And now in 2026, this imagined redesign sets out to bring all of that legacy back with a futuristic twist that blends nostalgia with tomorrow's technology. When you first see the new Eldorado, the emotion hits instantly. It doesn't look like any modern sedan or coupe on the road. It looks like a piece of sculpture moving through air. The front fascia stretches outward with a sleek aerodynamic shape that carries the new Cadillac vertical blade lighting system, but pushes it into a more aggressive, next-gen direction. Thin LED ribbons slice down toward the lower bumper, creating a sharp persona that makes the Eldorado feel like a luxury spacecraft that happens to touch the asphalt. The grille is enormous yet elegant, built not with traditional mesh, but with floating metallic fragments that shimmer and shift light as you move around the vehicle. Cadillac's crest glows softly at the center, signaling prestige without shouting. The hood is impossibly long, inspired by the classic Eldorado coupes of the 1960s, reminding everyone that this name has always meant luxury with presence. The side profile is where this reborn Eldorado truly becomes a masterpiece. It's a grand touring coupe, stretched, wide, low to the ground, and shaped like a luxury bullet on wheels. The designers brought back subtle echoes of the original Eldorado Biarritz, a sweeping shoulder line, a graceful rear deck, and an unforgettable silhouette that screams American luxury. The doors are massive, pillarless, opening like a modern interpretation of Eldorado's proud, oversized coupe heritage. Hidden handles slide out with a gentle glow, and the frameless glass blends smoothly into the roofline. The wheels push the attitude's even further, massive 22-inch turbine, inspired alloys wrapped in ultra-low-profile performance tires. Every curve, every surface, every piece of chrome is positioned with meaning. Nothing here is average, nothing is borrowed, everything feels crafted. Move to the rear, and the car steps fully into the future. Cadillac has reimagined the famous vertical taillight signature with dramatic full-height LED pillars that cascade downward like red waterfalls of light. The trunk line is bold and sharp, with a wide LED strip seamlessly integrated into the surface, giving the Eldorado a nighttime look that feels almost electric in its presence. And speaking of electric, this new 2026 conceptual Eldorado has been imagined as Cadillac's next flagship EV coupe. Built on GM's latest Ultium architecture, this machine carries an estimated dual-motor all-wheel drive system producing around 700 horsepower. Cadillac's engineers would likely tune it for refined performance, powerful, smooth, and effortless, the kind of acceleration where you don't feel the violence of speed, only the authority of it. 0-60 mph could realistically land in about 3.4 seconds, but that's not the point. The Eldorado has never been about racing. It has always been about dominance and elegance. The future version maintains that identity, giving you power you don't need to flaunt, torque you don't need to shout about, and range that could easily exceed 350-400 miles on a full charge. The suspension, Magnetic Ride 5.0 Air, Adaptive, Laser, Precise, would give this massive coupe the floating, on clouds feeling that Cadillac was once famous for. Silent, stable, majestic. A true road king returning to its throne. Open the door, and you step inside a luxury world that rewrites the definition of American premium interiors. Soft ambient lighting washes through the cabin like a warm sunset. Leather, Alcantara, brushed aluminum, handcrafted wood, and crystal, patterned accents surround you with the richness Eldorado always delivered, but with the futuristic clarity of 2026. The dashboard is a seamless floating glass panel wrapping across the interior, containing an ultra-wide 49-inch immersive OLED display. This is not just a screen, it's the new era of Cadillac digital artistry. Every control is haptic, responsive, smooth. The AI assistant integrates directly into the car's sensory system, learning the driver's touch habits and preferences. The seats are lounge-level luxury thrones, ventilated, heated massaging, with a memory foam contour design inspired by first-class aviation. The rear seats, although sculpted and sporty, still offer full comfort, making this a true 4-seat luxury coupe instead of a cramped 2+2. Sound is another world entirely. Cadillac partners with AKG to create a 40-speaker 3D audio experience that wraps through the cabin, built into the headrests, door panels, and even the floating roof structure. The interior becomes a concert hall, a studio, a private escape. Combine that with Cadillac's advanced noise, cancellation, and the electric drivetrain's silence, and you get the purest, smoothest luxury ride available in any American car concept today. What makes the 2026 Eldorado so special isn't just its design or its power. It's the emotional return of a name that once defined American aspiration. The Eldorado made people feel something: successful, bold, proud. It represented an era where cars were statements, not appliances. This 2026 futuristic idea respects that history deeply. You can see hints of the 1959 fins in the tail design. You can feel the spirit of the 1970s personal luxury coupe in its proportions. You can sense the modern 2002 Eldorado's sophistication in its interior and technology. Yet the car is not trapped in nostalgia. It uses its past to build its future. It becomes a time machine, a bridge between eras. In the automotive world, reviving a legend is a dangerous game. You risk failing expectations. But the 2026 Cadillac Eldorado concept, in imagination and design spirit, feels like the perfect rebirth, bold enough to stand on its own, modern enough to compete with global luxury brands, and emotional enough to reignite the passion American luxury once commanded. This is Cadillac lifting its crown again and declaring that iconic American coupes still matter, still inspire, still belong on the roads of the future. For MOTRONIX, this is the car that proves that the American dream in automotive form is not dead. It's alive, it's reborn. And it's called the 2026 Cadillac Eldorado, a futuristic comeback masterpiece that deserves to be built.